Hello everyone. Sunday daily means full random. There's our look at the kingdom. Oh god. Another bureaucracy board. Okay. Treasure to victory right. Squirrel. 2 cards later. Okay. So we have to keep this in mind, bureaucracy. It's likely to trigger. I mean, Tea House, it's a decent card. It's not an absolute. Okay, ignore the prophecy. Tea House on its own, without the omen effect, it's not an absolute game changer. It's pretty good, but it's not like crazy. But I think the AI really likes it. Is there any chance that we simply outdraw a bunch of bureaucracy stuff? Like we can. There's a lot of powerful draw stuff here. City Quarter can be really explosive, especially if you like line it up with a mastermind or something like that. City Quarter is also a village, as is Mastermind. Change is the only trashing. So because of bureaucracy, maybe I do want to get myself a change. Is there any point in taking Fool? Okay, here's another thought. It's going to be very difficult to get cleaned up on this board. Fool provides us with the lucky coin, so we'll have tons of silvers, or at least we have the opportunity to gain a lot of silvers if we want it. Those silvers themselves could end up clogging our deck up as bureaucracy does its thing. Like I'm leaning towards something much more money-ish is what I'm trying to say here. Because we're going to be overloaded with these coppers. Although we can throw a lot of silvers in there too. So what am I changing into? Maybe change estates. Could be tea houses, could be caravan. Maybe it all just sort of depends on how much money I have in that particular hand. I think as usual, I could very well be wrong here, but I think, oh, you know what? The silvers that we gain off Fool are also going to trigger Aqueduct. I think maybe we even open with another silver to get our money density really pumped up. Change estates into something here, tea house or caravan. And if we green a little bit early-ish, maybe we can nab a lot of those victory tokens. Like, if bureaucracy was not here, I would probably do knowing me, if bureaucracy wasn't here, and also if Fool was not here, if the lucky coin wasn't here, I would how can I, there we go, gradually. I would try to do something engine-ish, engine-y. We have the only extra gains we have are kiln, change, kiln, storeroom is a plus buy, right? I kind of just don't trust myself. I think bureaucracy is gonna ruin our day. So they went vassal and change instead of silver and change, which is okay. I mean, I've made the mistake in the past, like if you're gonna open some, like if I had opened instead silver caravan, then that silver might as well be a vassal. Of course, that's sort of because then there's no risk of collision. Vassal could play the caravan, vassal could discard something and cycle you one card faster. But you have to think about later in the game, is that vassal going to come back and hurt you? And I think on this kingdom it will. Now, what am I going to do here? I think play the lucky coin, get more money, and buy a tea house. Based on what I'm doing, I kind of do want bureaucracy to trigger. Their vassal is then going to be like no good. Yeah, so they're going for like, they're doing something that looks like an engine. Maybe I take another tea house. I'm honestly thinking about maybe not now going into a shuffle, but like next turn taking a green card or something like that. I don't know. So they take a tea house. What about taking another change? And then we can, like our deck, like the density of do they have a chance of, they might nab a victory card and steal all those points. So I'm considering a duchy here. I'm considering another change. I think at 6 points it's worth taking this duchy. This is going to come back and bite me. Bureaucracy still hasn't triggered. Let's go one more tea house. And I might actually just start greening. This is the earliest I think I've ever greened. Like it did not feel good to do that, but if I trash, so I've got 6, 7, 8, 9. If I trash estate into province, pay off 6 debt, I have 3 left. I could just take another silver. Can I do it the other way around in a way and gain, get that victory point? Change estate into silver. I have 9, pay off 1 debt, and it's worth an extra point to me. And now we have coppers flooding in. So now I might take just take another change and just hope that my changes can just keep trashing stuff into provinces. Yeah. They're doing something better than me. That's for sure. So I could take 5 debt, pay off 4, be left with 1 debt, or take 8 debt, pay off 5, be left with 3. They've got double mastermind stuff going. They did a wild hunt thing in there somewhere. Yeah. This is unfortunate. I might change the change into a province. Are they gonna win here? Do it. Take another province. Okay. So there's no way we're getting through this shuffle again to see this change again. So let's just do this. And if they don't win here, I do. You know, I'm not going to put it by them. The only problem is how many gains do they have? They have 1 change, 1 storeroom. I think this is a win for us, I think. But let's see. Cool. Okay. Yeah, a board like this, I would have liked to build an engine. But I mean, bureaucracy obviously pushes you away from being able to control things like that. Even on a crazy sloggy board, I wouldn't call this a sloggy board, but it's kind of like you can't make things necessarily come together. I'll be honest, they actually ended up having some better turns than I expected with Mastermind. But yeah, even on like, excuse me, even on like a crazy sloggy board, change can still gain provinces. So, you know, there's that. And, you know, the presence of the lucky coin really was like, well, how are you going to get debt control? You know, you're throwing all these silvers in. Eventually, you're probably throwing all these coppers in. So, yeah, I was like, I don't see it. I don't see it being possible. And I'm happy for myself for finally, you know, resisting the temptation of trying to do something very fancy. But I'd like to. It'll be nice to see or hear others' opinions on whether you can really build into a big thing here. Maybe what you can do, if you are going to build into a big thing, it's probably like a lot of tokens off of Wild Hunt. You know, play Wild Hunt many, many times, and then just gain the estate. Especially, you know, I didn't have a single Wild Hunt in my deck, so the AI or the other player would never have to worry about those tokens getting stolen. They had 11, and most of those came from their Wild Hunt, I think. These ones that I got were all from, they were all, I suppose, all of the silver aqueduct points. So they got all their tokens from Wild Hunt stuff. Yeah, so like, you know, if you imagine they really leaned into this, if the game went on a very long time, if I didn't, if I didn't end the game early, they could have easily come back on those tokens. But anyway, yeah, that was kind of fun. Thanks for watching.